Hello everyone, this is Vicki here today and I am designing for Bramble and I'm using a brand new perspective in the store now, and it says keep calm and craft on. You also get one that says staying home with it, so it's in a little set. So we can all use this perspective, I'm sure. So my idea is to make an inky background. Now, Wendy Meffin asked me if I would show her how to do my inky backgrounds because she likes them. So I thought, what better type of layout to do an inky background than a craft one? So I just have these watercolours. They're really good watercolours, actually. They're Japanese. I got them on eBay a while ago and they're just really, really lovely. The colour's really good. So what I do when I do my inky backgrounds is I actually water it down, quite watery, and I paint it onto the page. And then I do some splatters, but I also do artificial splatters by using my paintbrush with lots of paint on. And then I soak them up a little bit with my kitchen paper. Then I dry them. So I dry them while they're still quite wet. And what that does is it makes them nice and visible. So I've just done that, and then you'll see that I'm going to do some more splatters on there as well, some more real splatters, just to add to it. Then quite often what I'll do is I'll dry that as well a bit, just to make them sort of set, if that makes sense. And then I'll roll over with my kitchen towel if there are still a few that are a little bit damp. So that's how I do it. Just like that. So it looks splattery and inky, but it's quite contrived really in a way. So excuse my camera angle. For some reason my tripod keeps slipping recently and I don't really know why. It was always very firm before. But anyway, I digress. So what I've done is I've done blue in the middle to put my title on, and then I'm going to do pink on this side. And I'm showing you the whole process of this because I just want you to see how I go about doing it. So again, I'm just doing some contrived splatters and some normal splatters, and using my paper towel, soak them up, using the heat tool to make it dry. Then I'll do some more splatters, more contrived splatters I think over on the right as well. There we go. So everyone might have looked at my layouts before and thought they were very clever with the splattering, but really it's all contrived. It's not natural splattering. Well, some of it is obviously, but not all of it. Okay, and so then on the left I'm going to do yellow, and you'll just see exactly the same process. So squirt some water onto my plastic, get the colour I want. Nice and watery. There we go. I actually used a mix of two different yellows, I think there. The first one I used wasn't quite dark enough for the page. So some contrived splatters again. And some natural splatters. A bit of drying. Now you'll see in a minute what I do here is I do some natural splatters, and then I forget the drying phase, I believe, on this. Yeah, and all the splatters go. I don't know if you saw that, but they all disappeared because I hadn't dried them first. So drying sets them in place and makes them stay there, and they get sort of a dark ring around the outside of them, which is what I'm aiming for here. Okay, so all the inky splatters done, and this is fairly simple layout actually, because I wanted the paint and the ink splatters to sort of, you know, do the talking on this layout. So I just back my photos with some just pieces from Pocket Life cards that I have in my stash. So I cut through all this fussy cutting section. So I cut out a couple of pink frames from a Pocket Life card and some flowers as well. There we go. And then I think, yeah, I cut out a couple of these tags from here, but I only used the yellow one, even though I cut them both out. You're seeing that process. They don't take very long to cut, so I just left that in there. Okay, and then turning to, that's just another piece of pocket life card which I just tucked in behind there for a bit of extra colour. And I'm doing sort of tone on tone at the moment. The flowers on the left you can see aren't, but I'm going to cut those and use those in a different way. So this piece of paper is from Paige Evans' Bloom Street collection, and I'm going to cut out a yellow, a blue and a pink piece from this. So the yellow says it's time to play, the blue says fun memories, and the pink says all the colours. So I just cut those out to put, again, tone on tone. Just having a little think about which words to use there. There's lots on there. Okay. And I also cut some flowers out from the reverse of that, which has got the big floral love word on. So I cut out a couple of pink ones and a yellow, which I skipped through, so you didn't have to watch me cut them. So I'm just going to start to stick things down, I think. Oh no, first of all, a couple of hearts. There's a pink heart and a blue heart, which I just take off that sheet, which is from Fifth Harmonica, I think, from Pink Paisley. So I'm going to stick down my photos and the backing on each of those. And also I will put some foam on them in a moment. Okay, I'm going to stick down my perspective. I've taken the plastic film off. Always be sure to do that front and back if it's on there, because it does stick better if they're not on. And also the front, if you leave the clear front on it, you don't get that nice shine on it that you do when you've taken it off. So I use Beacon 3-in-1 glue to stick that on. Sometimes I also use glossy accents, but my glossy accents was gummed up, so I couldn't use that today. I need to clear that nozzle. Here we go then. So some foam is going on to the back of the photos. Let's pop those up. And I'm also going to put some foam on the little word pieces that I cut out. Okay, so starting to stick everything down. The pictures first, and then the little word phrases will go down as well. Tone on tone. Okay. And then the flower on the left that I cut out, I realised that it's not going to follow my tone on tone rules, so in a moment I'm going to cut the blue part off and just use that little section there tucked in so that it's tone on tone. Stick the other flowers onto foam, and we're getting close to the end. Now I pull out my threads and do a very messy wooden thing and put some thread in here, and I thought that would add to the messy factor with the inks. So I put some pink under on the right, I put some yellow on the left under the flower, and then I'll put some blue at the top just to balance that out. Just a bit of messy factor to go with that messy inking. Okay. So here's the blue. It took me a while to find a blue that was close, but I did. And then it took me a while to find the end, so I had to cut through that. Just was very elusive. So here we go. The blue will go under that tag there. And then I think that is it. Here comes the final layout. I hope it gives you some inspiration, and I hope it helps you to know how I do my inky background so that you can try that yourself. There's a couple of close-ups coming up. Don't forget you can buy this in store now and get it shipped with your Fox box if you already subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Vicky for Bramble Fox. See you next time. Bye bye.